So, welcome everyone to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are prayers on the screen. You can repeat with me. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Dadati Swapnantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shiyuktapadakam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwamanus Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome everyone to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. In this session we will be going to discuss a summary of Bhagavad Gita, a summary of 32 shlokas written by great Acharya named Yamunacarya almost 1000 years back. So we are going to discuss that from now on. It will take multiple sessions. Okay. So I studied under my counselor, and he studied under this particular Acharya Ranganatha Swami, who is from Ramanujacarya Sampradaya. And my counselor, he explained this whole Gita Sangraha and Ramanujarya's purports on Gita, about 60 lectures. And my attempt is to present you all, the way Yamunacharya and Ramanujarya give their purport to Bhagavad Gita. So that's the attempt I'm going to do. So before that, today I felt like we should discuss about the great lives of Yamunacharya and Ramanujarya and glorify them before we start entering into the Shastras that they have written. So there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas that are present today. Okay. And Krishna gave the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, the Bhagavatam knowledge, the whole Vedic knowledge to many devotees, out of which the present Vaishnava Sampradayas are 4. We have read in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna gave this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to whom? In the 4th chapter he says,
to the sun god.
Yeah, he gave it to the sun god. So you can see the sun god parampara is not there present. Sun god gave it to his son Manu. Manu gave it to his son Ikshvaku, but it was broken. Krishna is saying that is broken. So there were many sampradayas where the absolute knowledge was passed down, transcendental knowledge, the Vedic knowledge was passed down. But when it is broken, Sri Krishna comes and establish it, right? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. I come and then I establish the religious principles again. Paritrayana sadhunam vinashaya duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya, to sthapana the dharma, sthapana to establish the religious principles. I come sambhavami yuge yuge. I come millennium after millennium. So at present we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas where it is not broken. Where it is not broken. So Sri Krishna gave knowledge to many devotees, out of which present we have four Vaishnava Sampradayas. First is Brahma. Oops. Where did he give this knowledge to Brahma? Every morning Brahma gets up and he meditates, and Krishna gives him the whole knowledge again. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, the very first verse tells about it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadi Yasya Yatha Anyavad Itaratasya Chashreva Abhigna Swarat Tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavaye. In the Hriday of Brahma, I gave this knowledge. So Krishna gave this knowledge to Brahma. So this is the Brahma Sampradaya. And actually it is called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Brahma gave it to his son Narada. Narada gave it to Vyasadeva, who wrote the whole Vedas. Okay, Vedas were present previously in not in written form. It was said and remembered. There were many Shrutidhars. Once heard, they would remember. But he saw that in Kali Yuga, everyone is going to forget. We forget what happened after before 5 minutes, right? What to speak,
Yes, Prabhu.
remembering what to speak, remembering the whole Vedas. So he divided the Vedas in four categories: Rigved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharved, and he wrote the whole tree, which we always see. I'll just open that for a minute. This is the whole Vedic tree. There is Shruti, there is Smriti. So you can say he divided into four Vedas and many other categories: Kalpa, Shiksha, Vyakaran, Nirukti, Chanda, Jyotisha, Vedanga, Upavedas, Dhanurveda, Ayurveda. Okay, and then the sages, they expanded into Smriti. That also he started noting down. And he wrote the great Itihasas, the history, where the Supreme Lord appeared. Twice he appeared, he did a lot of pastimes, one in Ramayana, one in Mahabharata. And Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. Okay, in the Bhishma Parva, Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the very first day of the Mahabharata war. So Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva. Then there was a great Acharya named Madhvacharya. Srila Madhvacharya, who took birth here in Karnataka and became a great Acharya, and he visited Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva is still living in Badrinath. Okay, he's still there. He has not gone anywhere. He's there in Badrinath. And Madhvacharya visited him. And he got the knowledge. So in the lineage of Madhvacharya, one minute. So in the lineage of Madhvacharya, another line is there, and therefore this sampradaya is called Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. And there was one disciple in Madhvacharya's line. His name was Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri. His disciple was Ishwara Puri. Ishwara Puri initiated Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now here is where Sri Chaitanya comes from, Gaudiya Desh, that is the area in Bengal. So another name for this sampradaya is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. In this lineage, we have Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, which is nothing but our society ISKCON. So that's why we are here. What Sampradaya? We are in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. The Madhvas, they will say Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, but we will add Gaudiya to it because we are from the Gauda Desha, which is nothing but the Bengal area, you can say like that. So I will just show you in Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. This whole lineage is there. Here. So it is whole parampara is there of Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, and Madhva. Madhvacharya is almost 800, 900 years back. And then in his lineage, one disciple named Madhvendra Puri. From him, he initiated Ishvara Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is the lineage that ISKCON is through A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. And then it will follow through his disciples like that. Okay, I'll take it a little faster. Otherwise, we won't be able to go further. Any questions, comments, you can always interrupt and unmute and ask. Okay, no problem. So, the present four Vaishnava Sampradaya is Brahma, started by Brahma. Next is Lakshmi. Okay, in this Sampradaya comes the great Acharyas, Yamunacarya and Ramanujacarya. And others, there are all other great acharyas named Vedanta Desika and all. So if you see, these are the pictures that they show. I think these are the Alvars, and then there is a lineage coming from Sri Lakshmi and Yamunacharya, and he had his disciples, and one of them Mahapurna initiated Ramanujarya, and Ramanujarya initiated many disciples whom we see in places of Sri Rangam, Tirupati. Okay, so this is the Sri Vaishnav Sampradaya. So what is the name of this? Is Sri Vaishnav Sampradaya. And the third one is Krishna gave this knowledge to 4 Kumaras. Who are the 4 Kumaras?
Who is Sanatan, Nandan, Sanat Kumara, I think.
Yeah. I'll just show the picture, you'll get it. They're very famous. So the 4 Kumaras, the one that 4 Kumaras are the one that cursed Jai Vijay, and Jai Vijay came as Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and third one was Shishupal Dantavakra. So they had to take birth as demons. So who cursed them? The 4 Kumaras. So these were 4 boys, and they were not wearing any clothes. So Jai Vijay stopped them, and then they got angry. How can you stop us? So nice Vaikunta planet is there. How can you stop us? So they cursed, you both go into material world and become Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and 2 more incarnations. After that, the 4-handed form of Vishnu comes and he begs them. And he seeks forgiveness from them for what his gatekeepers did. So these are the four Kumar Sampradayas. It's called Kumara Sampradaya. And the last one is Rudra Sampradaya. Here knowledge was given to Shiva, and Shiva gave it to his disciples. So the famous acharyas of these are Nimbarka and Nimbarkacharya and Vishnu Swami. Yes. Okay. Four Kumaras, Nimbarkacharya. Okay. So this is like their main acharyas, and this is Vishnu Swami, Srila Vishnu Swami. Okay. So in this, they worship Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan, like that. Narsimha, Varaha. Okay. And Brahma Madhava Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, they worship the Krishna, who is two-handed form of Krishna in Vrindavan. Okay. So these are the four Sampradayas. And we will focus on Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, the Yamunacaryas, Gitartha Sangraha, 32 verses summary of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the 32 verses summary, Gitartha Sangraha by Yamunacharya. We are going to focus on this, and we will go through the purports of Ramanujacarya also. Okay, with this and Ramanujacarya both. So like I said, I wanted to glorify the acharyas. So we'll go through their life story. First we'll go to Yamunacharya's story, very short one. Then we'll go to Ramanujacarya's story. We will see the glories, what they have done. So Yamunacharya, he was born in South India, and his grandfather was a great devotee in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. So he sent Yamunacharya to a Vaishnava guru to study, traditional matha, study, learn the Vedas. So he was learning over there. There one happened is a scholar came and he challenged his guru. So in those times, the scholars, the Vedic scholars used to travel and they would challenge other Vedic scholars, have debates. So like that, this scholar was going around. So he came to the place where Yamunacharya's guru was there, the ashram was there, and he challenged him. And then Yamunacharya's guru, he was humble. He said, fine, I'll just write, you won, take it. So he wrote it on a paper, gave it. Yamunacharya didn't like it. He said, how can my guru just give up? It is not like that. So later he went to debate with this scholar. And this debate happened in a kingdom, nearby kingdom. And the king and the queen were there. And Yamunacharya was debating with this scholar. And the way the debate happened was, they would make one statement and the other one had to prove it wrong. And every time Yamunacharya was winning. So one of the last statement that Yamunacharya said, Yamunacharya was a young boy actually at that time. So he said, the queen is barren. Prove it. And the queen had one son. So how she is barren? So the other scholar became angry and he said, how can you call the queen barren and all this and this and that? Then Yamunacharya quoted a Shastra. In that Shastra, it was written that a woman has one child is still barren. She should have at least two children, two and more. And that's how Yamunacharya won the debate. Hmm? And he was given half the kingdom and he became a king. After he became a king, he became busy in the kingly duties and the kingly pleasures that were available. And he was fighting, winning war, and everything. His grandfather, who was a devotee, he wanted him to become a great devotee of the Lord and, you know, a great Vedic teacher. But here Yamunacharya became a king. So now what to do? His grandfather was like worried that this kingly pleasure is very temporary and the devotion to Sri Krishna is higher than all these things. And my grandson has lost, is lost in this material pursuits and world. So how to get him back? So he devised a plan. He sent a young Brahmana to the court of Yamunacharya and he told him two things. Whenever Yamunacharya is near you, you chant the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. And second thing he told, there's a particular leafy vegetable that you need to make and feed Yamunacharya. Two things. Chant Bhagavad Gita and feed him this sabji. Spinach sabji. Some particular type of spinach is there. I don't remember the name, but so every day he would chant Bhagavad Gita and he would bring that sabji and tell the cook make this and give it to Yamunacharya. And like this many days passed and Yamunacharya was hearing the verses of Bhagavad Gita. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र मोहिते कार्पण्य दोषो उपहत स्वभाव पृच्छाम्य त्वां धर्म समूढ़ चेताः निश्रेयसां भूमि निश्रेयसां. And so many shlokas he heard and he was able to remember all of them. What is the story of Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna is saying, I don't want to fight. How can I kill my own family members? War itself is very destructive. What will happen to the women population? All their husbands are gone. They will be exploited. From them, there will come a population which is Varna Sankara, which is not properly samskara. Then the traditions will be broken. I only see destruction, Madhava. I don't want to fight. I would instead become a beggar. And then Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. From the second chapter. Smiles. Arjuna says, I want to become your disciple. You become my teacher. We are no more friends. No more equality. You are up, I am down. You are my teacher, I am your student. I will listen. And that's how Sri Krishna then starts speaking Bhagavad Gita. So Yamunacharya is thinking about all these things. Now, second one nice thing happens. That particular sabji, leafy vegetable sabji that the Brahmana was bringing and feeding Yamunacharya, that sabji would increase the mode of goodness in one who eats it. There is one thing that we read in previous chapter, so I'll just bring that out. Good, it came out here only. So in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, right? Goodness, passion, ignorance. Goodness will make us happy, it will give us knowledge. Passion will increase our hankerings, our desires. Ignorance will make us mad, insanity, helpless. Passion will keep us active. So that food is also divided into goodness, passion, ignorance. That food which is juicy, fatty, wholesome, pleasing to heart, increase longevity, purifies existence, gives strength, health, happiness, satisfaction. It is pure, it's obtained without difficulty. Obtaining that leafy vegetable was very easy. So it would increase the mode of goodness. When the mode of goodness is increased, then one see things as they are. This is one of the things, and he will get happiness. Um, okay, it will be illuminating without sinful reaction. So all these changes were happening in his body, in his mind, in his intelligence. Bhagavad Gita was solidifying his intelligence, increasing his spirituality, and food was giving him mode of goodness. So he could transcend from rajas to sattva. You know, Generally, a king is always in passion. What I have to do? I have to conquer this. I have to fight here, this, that. So many things. Very active. King is always active, right? Very, very active. So from there, he fed him to come into goodness. And in goodness, when one becomes attracted to knowledge. So one fine day, Yamunacarya realized that he doesn't want to continue this kingly life. He wants to dedicate everything to Sri Krishna. So he left everything and he went to Sri Rangam, which is Tiruchi in South India. And there he became the great Acharya, Yamunacharya, and worshipped Ranganatha Swami. How many of you gone to Sri Rangam? How many?
Yes, yes, Prabhu, I went.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that's like, see, this is Sri Ranganath Swami. A very nice story here. This is the personal deity of whom? Sri Ram from Ramayana.
Okay.
So the Surya Vanshi, this deity was gifted by sun god, which was gifted to him by Brahma. So this deity is coming in the Surya Vanshi line. And after the war, Ram was very pleased with Vibhishan. He said, I want to give the best thing in my house, and the best thing is this deity. Take it. So Vibhishan, okay, he said, I'll take it. So he gifted to Vibhishan. So Vibhishan was carrying this deity, and then Sandhya time came, so he kept it down near Kaveri island. There was an island in Kaveri. He kept it over there. He did his Sandhya, came back, and he tried to lift. Ranganath Swami was not moving. So there came another king, and he said that I had seen this deity in Dashrath Maharaj kingdom, and I worshipped here. I did tapasya so that it comes. Now it has come. Let it be here. And then the deity spoke that I want to be here only. But then Vibhishan said, I wanted to take you to Lanka, but you want to stay here. I will also stay here. The Lord said, no, I will turn southwards. Generally, a deity, Archvigra, doesn't turn southwards. They are always east-west. They are always west looking. Their head is on the east and they are always west looking. But here Ranganath is looking in the south direction. He said, I will keep my vision in the south at your Lanka. And you come every day. So Vibhishan agreed. He left for Lanka and he comes every day. And the great Alvars were present. The great Alvars, one of the great Alvars, he lived in Srirangam and he built the 7 walls around the temple. And the great Gopuram, the Raj Gopuram. Raj Gopuram may be created now, but there are 7 walls around it. So this is Vaikunta planet. So therefore there are 7 walls around it.
Tirumangai
So,
Alvar, Prabhu.
huh?
Tirumangai Alvar, Prabhu.
Tirumangalarwar, yes. Words are very difficult to remember actually. Okay, we are going very fast because we have to cover Ramanujarya's history also. So Yamunacharya, he lived here in Srirangam and he wrote many shastras. He wrote many purports to many Upanishads and other shastras. Okay, of which we are going to jump into Gitartha Sangraha, 32 verses, summary of that. Now, he had a disciple, and that disciple had two sisters. One of the sister, she gave birth to Ramanujarya. So, like this is the connection. And Ramanujarya grew up in a village called Sri Perambuddur, I guess, where Rajiv Gandhi died. No, that place.
Yes, Prabhu. Sri
Yeah,
Perambuddur.
Sri Perambuddur. And after marriage, he came to Kanchipuram and he lived there. So he was very desirous to see Yamunacharya, but somehow it didn't happen that they never met. And then when Yamunacharya became very old, he said his disciple Mahapurna, go and bring Ramanujarya. So Mahapurna walked from Sri Rangam to Kanchipuram, got Ramanujarya back, but the day he got him back, Yamunacharya had already left his body. And Ramanujarya was very, very depressed. He said, I couldn't meet Yamunacharya face to face. I couldn't talk to him. At that point, Yamunacharya's fist, his hand was held there were fist. His on his body, he could see that his hands were not open, but there was a strong fist. And then within his heart, Yamunacharya understood what Ramanujacharya understood what Yamunacharya wanted from him. There were three things that he wanted. So he spoke those three things, and each of his finger came out or it closed. Something like that happened. That's the time Yamunacharya understood the connection between his guru, who had already left. And then Yamunacharya went back to Kanchipuram and he took initiation from Mahapurna, the disciple of Yamunacharya. So at that point he was married, Ramanujarya. Now we are in Ramanujarya's time. So he was married at that point, living in Kanchipuram. And his wife was not a very sweet, having very sweet mood, not like that, very harsh speaking wife. So somehow she got in fight with the wife of his spiritual master. And that made Ramanujarya very upset. So he thought, now what to do, my spiritual master is getting offended here. So he somehow, told her, okay, you go to your father's place. There is some festival there. You go there for some time. So she was very happy. I will go to my maternal place. So she went. Here Ramanujarya decided, I will take sannyas. And then he took sannyas and he left Kanchipuram and went to Srirangam. And in Srirangam, he became the next great Acharya after Yamunacharya. And there are many, many pastimes of this. He had many, many great disciples. He lived for 120 years. He lived for 120 years. He wrote many commentaries on many shastras. He re-established the Sri Sampradaya, established the initiation process, everything. And it was there. But in his time, it grew. I have heard there were 100 plus disciples that he initiated to become the next guru. He had thousands of disciples, but there were 100 plus whom he said you can become the guru. And this line is still there. In that 100 plus um, guru lineage, 60-70% were married married were grahasthas actually. So that's how this sampradaya is still coming today, and we see it at various places. The sampradaya is there. And few pastimes we'll discuss about Ramanujarya. Ramanujarya, he was getting trained under a guru named Yadava Prakash. And Yadav Prakash had trained in the sampradaya of Adi Shankaracharya, where impersonalism is Brahman realization is being given a lot of emphasis. So once, in the Shastra it was written a glorification on the eyes of Vishnu. So he explained it. The eyes of Vishnu are having pink color, just like the pink color at the bottom of a monkey. So Yamunacharya heard this and he was upset. He said, how can you describe the Supreme Lord Vishnu's eyes and compare it to monkey? No. So he gave explanation. He said, no, it's not monkey. It is like a blooming lotus. The red color or the pink color is like a blooming lotus. And Yadav Prakash got angry. And he said, how can you teach me? I am your teacher. This is it. And then Ramanujarya, Yadav Prakash, they had an argument. Yadav Prakash was not happy with it. And once they took a pilgrimage to, I think, Kashi, Varanasi. And Yadav Prakash planned to kill Ramanujarya. When somehow Ramanujarya and his brother Govinda, they came to know Ramanujarya, he ran away from that party. And then he was brought again by the mercy of some devotees to Kanchipuram. That's when he understood, I cannot continue with Yadav Prakash. So when Ramanujarya took sannyas and lived in Srirangam, he was a very powerful sannyasi. Many people would come to him to learn the Vedas, to get Diksha, to learn the Vaishnava principles. And he was very powerful and knowledgeable, and he established the absolute truth. Now, in this philosophy of Vaishnavism, Brahman realization is not the ultimate. It is Bhagwan realization that is ultimate. So Ramanujarya explained about Bhagwan realization, and I guess the philosophy that he said is called Vishishta Advaita. Advaita philosophy is Shankaracharya's philosophy. This is Vishishta Advaita. And through that he was defeating many Mayavadi sannyasis also, making them devotees. So, and he was establishing Krishna is the supreme. So two pastimes I will tell. One, that he was becoming very, very famous. So in Ranganath Swami temple, there was a chief pujari. And he was worshipping the Ranganath Swami. So in the society, he was getting a lot of respect that he is the chief pujari of Ranganath Swami. But then he saw that Ramanujarya is becoming more popular. And he felt my respect is being challenged. My position is being challenged. And he got so envious of Ramanujarya that he thought there is no way other than, to get my respect and my name and fame in the society back by, and the only way is if I kill Ramanujarya. If I kill Ramanujarya, that was his ultimate envy. And how to do that? Two attempts he did. One is he called Ramanujarya for prasad. He told his wife, mix this poison in the prasad and feed him. But his wife got afraid. And she didn't do that. Then later, when Ramanujarya came to have darshan of Ranganath Swami, everyone is giving Charanamrit, right? So in the Charanamrit, he himself put poison. Ramanujarya knew something is wrong, but he said this is Charanamrit. And when he took Charanamrit, nothing happened. Nothing happened. This gave the realization to the pujari that Ramanujarya is not a common man. He is a great devotee of the Lord. And he begged forgiveness. And Ramanujarya forgave him. There are other pastimes I want to tell. Once, if you go to Srirangam, every day there is, I think almost every day, there is a procession of Ranganath Swami, Utsav Murti around the temple. So like this once, this procession was going on. And there was a wrestler, very strong man, wrestler actually. I guess his name was Dhanurdas. But I can't confirm Dhanurdas. Let me just check. His name is not here. Okay. So anyway, this devotee, this person, he was actually a wrestler. And he was holding an umbrella. And underneath that umbrella was a beautiful woman. And he was gazing at the eyes of that woman. And he was thinking, wow, such a beautiful eyes of this woman. I cannot even look here and there. And just next to him was the procession of Ranganath Swami, Utsav Murti passing by. And he was completely unaware what is happening. He was looking at the beautiful eyes of this girl and he was completely unaware. Ramanujarya happened to be there and he saw that everyone is paying obeisances to Sri Ranganath Swami, but this man is not doing it. So once the procession went away, he went to this man and said, oh, what happened? Ranganath Swami went nearby and you were not paying obeisances to him. You didn't see him. Then this person said, oh, okay. I was looking at the beautiful eyes of this woman and I got drowned in her eyes and I couldn't see here and there. They are so beautiful. And Ramanuja said, is it? If I show you the eyes of someone which are even beautiful than these eyes, do you want to see? And then that wrestler said, yes, why not? I want to see eyes which is even beautiful than this woman. I don't think it exists. Okay, I don't think it exists. But you're telling me, so I can come and see. So he said, okay, tomorrow morning you come in the Darbhagraha of Sri Ranganath Swami. I will show you those eyes. So next morning, Ramanujarya gave darshan of Ranganath to that wrestler. And he made him see the divine eyes, the transcendental eyes of Ranganatha Swami. And after seeing those eyes, that wrestler was completely, kind of defeated. He said, I have never seen this kind of beautiful eyes. The Supreme Lord has such beautiful eyes. And he surrendered to Ramanujarya. He said, I am your disciple now. And later he married that girl and that girl also became Ramanujarya's disciple. They became a very great disciple couple of Ramanujarya. They were very, very, very dedicated, very obedient to their guru, Ramanujarya. So Ramanujacarya had other disciples also who were sannyasis and brahmacharis. And later on, these brahmacharis and sannyasis were saying that, Ramanujarya is giving lot of attention to that married couple who shamelessly stood in the road, and they were having some negative feelings against them. So Ramanujarya came to know that, these brahmacharis, they are thinking they are greater than that devotee couple. So he made a plan. In the night, he made their kopins, the thing that they wear, the lion cloth, their dhoti, tore. He tore them. And the next day morning, they saw that their dhotis are torn and they started fighting with each other. They said, "You did it, you did it, you did it, you did it." And then Ramanujarya came and said, "Why are you fighting?" They said, "Our dhotis are torn." Okay, okay. What you do is, we need to get money to buy dhotis. You go to this wrestler devotee and steal from them. Okay, steal from them. They have lot of jewels on their body, steal it. And then these brahmacharis, they were already envious. So they said, "This is good idea. This is good idea. We will steal money from them. We will use it for our purpose. We are Krishna's devotees, so we can use it." So Ramanujarya was tricking them. So they went to their house and they saw that they were sleeping. Actually, he was not sleeping, only the woman was sleeping. Dhanuda's wife was sleeping. And somehow she came to know that somebody is nearby. So she saw that, brahmachari is here. And she couldn't understand. She kept sleeping. Then one of them slowly came by and started taking off the jewels from her body. And she didn't protest. She pretended to be sleeping. And she thought maybe they are in need of jewelry, so maybe they are taking away, which I don't mind. They are my god brothers, so I don't mind. Now, from one side of the body, they took the jewelry, so the other side was remaining. So she said, "Let them take the other side." So with her eyes closed, she turned on the other side. But they got afraid and they ran away. And they told Ramanujarya. This thing happened, Then Ramanujarya and his disciples, they came and they were near the window. And, Dhanudaras came and he asked his wife, "What happened? Your jewels are missing." Then she said, "What happened? The disciples had come and maybe they need some money. So they took it from one side and I wanted to give from the other way, but they got afraid and they ran away." Dhanudaras got angry. I said, "Why you did this? I mean, you should have slowly turned. Why you had to frighten them? If they want, we will give them now." At that point, Ramanujarya made his disciples, brahmachari disciples, listened and he said, "You all were fighting for your torn dhotis, and look at these Grihastha disciples. They are so detached. They are so detached." And that time, these brahmacharis came to know that, okay, these Grihasthas are very advanced. Even though they are married, they are very advanced. They are tapasya, they are brahmacharya. So like this, there were many other great disciples of Ramanujarya. There was once a king in Kanchipuram, and he was a Shaivite king. Well, a Shaivite king means he thought Shiva is supreme and no one else is supreme, and he worshipped Shiva. And he said that Vishnu should not be worshipped, only Shiva should be worshipped. So here Ramanujarya was defeating and he was establishing Krishna is supreme, Vishnu is supreme. He got angry. So he called Ramanujarya, "Let's debate." But it so happened that Ramanujarya and his disciples came to know that this king had bad intentions. He may probably kill Ramanujarya. So one of the disciple of Ramanujarya, his name was Kuresh, was a very very rich person, but he left everything and he came as a beggar to Ramanujarya and he stayed with Ramanujarya. So he said to Ramanujarya that I will take this saffron cloth and I will go and debate. You don't go. And then Ramanuja agreed for that, and Kuresh went and he debated in the king's court. And he defeated. He established Vishnu is supreme. The king got angry. He said, how can you say like that? Remove his eyes. So they made Kuresh blind. And Kuresh was made blind. And he somehow came to Srirangam. And that king attacked Srirangam. Ramanujarya had to fled. He lived in a place in Karnataka near Mysore. It is called Melakote. For 12 years he lived there. And for that 12 years the king was controlling Srirangam. And Ramanujarya couldn't go there. And in Srirangam he established two temples. One is the Chelvu Narayan temple and another one is the Yoga Narsimha temple. So that is also a very great place. And there are many pastimes which happened near Melakote. After 12 years, this king died and his son became the next king. And his son was not as fanatic as his father. And at that point, he gave up the envy towards Ramanujarya, and Ramanujarya then returned to Srirangam. So he lived till the age of 120 years. Now in Srirangam there is a temple of Ramanujarya. Ramanujarya. This is a very interesting thing I want to tell. Last thing. Yeah. This is the deity of Ramanujarya in Srirangam temple itself. It is said that it is his own body. So almost for 900 plus years, this body of Ramanujarya is preserved with all kinds of Ayurvedic lape around him. Okay, sandalwood paste and saffron and all that to maintain his body and all. So this Ramanujarya's body is still there. After 120 years that he left, his body is there. So if you visit Srirangam, you can visit the temple inside the Srirangam temple itself. So there are many things to discuss, but it's 2 p.m. It's time up. Any questions or comments till now? Anyone has any comment or question?
So Prabhuji, just to recapture, you said from Yamunacharya, his disciple was Madhavacharya.
Madhvacharya is a different line. Okay.
Oh, Madhavacharya is different.
He came after Ramanujarya.
Okay.
100 to 200 years.
So Ramanujacharya is a disciple of Yamunacharya.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And Madhvacharya is a disciple of Vyasadeva.
Okay.
And this is from Udupi, which is in Karnataka.
Okay.
West Coast, Karnataka. Udupi. Okay. Yamunacharya is 200, 300 years ago, before Madhvacharya.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, like all the sampradayas that we have, they worship Krishna only, right? But sort of different forms, right?
See, I will answer it a little differently. In Bhagavatam, it is said Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Okay. Where is our favorite? Yeah, that's one. Now this is a very interesting thing that other shastras say. This is one whole year, lifetime of Brahma. Okay, then there's a Kalpa. Okay. Then there is a Divya Yuga. There are how many? 71 Divya Yugas, 71 cycle of 4 Yugas. Okay. Now, once in the day of Brahma, the 22nd to 23rd, or maybe the afternoon time of Brahma, comes the original Krishna two-handed form. Okay. The rest of the time, the four-handed form Narayan comes and does the pastime of Krishna. You got this? It's like this, that in this is spiritual world where Krishna is two-handed form with Radharani. He expands into Dwarka, he expands into Ayodhya, that is Ram and Sita. He expands into Chaturvyuha, that is Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Sankarshana. From Sankarshana, another 4, and other avatars like Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana. Okay, now this is one universe. In this one universe, Krishna says, I will come once in your day. Once in your day, I will come as I am from the Golok Vrindavan. And the rest of the time, the four-handed form Vishnu comes as Krishna. So we have both the statements in Vedas. Krishna is avatar of Narayana. That statement we have, which is also true. The reason is, in all other times when Krishna comes, he comes through the agency as Narayan, four-handed form of Krishna. But in the afternoon time, which happened 5,000 years ago, still continuing, the original two-handed form of Krishna came. Okay, now coming back to your question. In all the sampradayas, Narayan is worshipped as the supreme. Okay? In our sampradaya, we know Krishna came 5,000 years ago. That Krishna is the origin of the Narayan.
Yeah.
Okay? So in Sri Sampradaya, it is four-handed form of Vishnu. Okay? In our Sampradaya is also four-handed form of Vishnu, but he also has a source, and that source is the original two-handed form of Sri Krishna, whom the Bhagavatam says, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
But it is just a difference. It is not like, we have to go and argue over it. No. It is a matter of realization. It is a matter of prema. It is a matter of bhakti. Why? Because this is such a big spiritual world. The jiva can be attracted to Krishna in his various other forms. There are devotees of Rama, there are devotees of Narsimha, there is devotees of Vamana, Varaha, Matsya, Narayana. There are so many devotees. So they may be attracted to that particular form. Okay.
So, but whichever, if somebody worship Narayana or
Yeah.
Narasimha, but the ultimate they will go to the Krishna only, right?
No, they will go to where that Vishnu planet is.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll go to the Narsimha planet. They'll go to the Varaha planet.
Okay.
They'll go there. There are some devotees of Ayodhya, Sri Ram. So they'll go to Ayodhya. Then there are devotees of Krishna as Dwarkadish. They'll go to Dwarka. Then there are devotees of Sri Krishna that we are, where Krishna is with Radharani. And that is Goloka Vrindavan. Just hold on for 2 seconds. But the most important point we need to understand is when we say moksha and Vaikuntha planets. Once you enter Vaikuntha planets, you have achieved moksha. Okay, and there one will go to the planet that they worshipped Krishna as. Okay. So even if they have that understanding that okay, Krishna is Vishnu avatar, it is also right. It is not a wrong understanding because Krishna as original comes once in a day. Rest of the time, Vishnu only is coming. 400 Vishnu is taking 200 form of Krishna and coming and doing all pastimes. So they are right. But see, the point is, my bhakti towards Krishna is like Narayan, or it is like Radha Krishna. It's like that, or it's like Ram Sita. What's my bhakti towards? In what mood it is? You see, Hanuman can never worship Radha Krishna because he's worshipping Sita Ram. So even if he sees Radha Krishna, he will see Sita Ram. They'll turn into Sita Ram. Like that it is. For their devotee, they will turn. Okay.
Yeah.
But for the gopis, the 400 form of Krishna will not remain 400. He will become 200. And this happened in the Ras Leela. Krishna disappeared. And he became 400 Vishnu form. And all the gopis came and said, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Did you see? And all the 400s pointed in one direction and said, there he went. But the moment the great gopi Radharani came, Krishna melted, his two hands got melted and he became 200 form of Krishna with flute in his hand. So in front of the devotee, Krishna will change. Another one I'll tell. In Kurukshetra, Krishna had come to perform, the yajna when there was Grahan, Surya Grahan. Okay. So it is meant you should go to Kurukshetra, do yajna, spiritual activities, dana, everything. So everyone came. Dwarka Vasis came with Krishna. Vrindavan Vasis came with Nanda Maharaj to Kurukshetra. All of them were there. And then Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they came to know Krishna has come. And Krishna has never met them back. Okay, he has not gone back. So they wanted to meet him. Now they went towards the pandal of Dwarkadish, where all the Dwarka Vasis were there. He went, but the guards were not allowing them to go in. And there only Yashoda started crying. And she said, my Krishna, Krishna, my Kana, Kana, Kana. She said like this. And then Krishna was doing yajna. And everyone, all the Brahmanas were saying Swaha. And when they were saying Swaha, Krishna was hearing Kana, Kana. And he understood Yashoda has come. So he jumped. He stood up and he ran towards that direction. And the moment he came near Yashoda, he became a small boy. And he jumped in her arms. So this is the thing. In front of his devotee, Krishna will become that what the devotee wants to worship.
Okay.
So that is these are esoteric pastimes of Krishna. This is only understood when one is in bhakti to Krishna. In bhakti, this thing happens.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Any other last questions?
Prabhuji, in the other sampradayas, these two you told for our Brahma Madhva and Sri Sampradaya. And in the Kumaras also, it's a Narayan.
Yes, 400 form of Narayan. Yes.
Narayan.
See, we see these temples, na? Satyanarayan temple. 400. Yeah. So these are from these sampradayas,
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, Nimbarka Acharya Sampradaya. They are not preaching so widely, so they are concentrated at their places, okay? But Vaishnav Sampradaya is very much in south, and our Sampradaya is spread now all over the world. Okay. So next week we will start with the first verse of Gita Sangraha.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Okay. So no questions, then we will stop here.